sitting next to Chris McLaughlin. C-Mac, take us through the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match.
Long Beach State, it's more of the same. The beach was very steady in all skills last night. It's the chaser for the first hour till set 3. Quicker starts should help them to be more competitive tonight.
Hawaii did have a 20-18 advantage in the 4th set and was that close to pushing it to a possible 5th. And of course, if you get to a 5th set, anything can happen. Was not meant to be, though, and so Hawaii out for a little bit of payback tonight. Hanaho rematch underway, and the first serve by Darius McCraven drifts long, and that will get this sold-out crowd roaring immediately. The Hawaiian Financial FCU starting lineups scrolling at the bottom of your screen for the second straight night. Christian Satriski out with that ankle injury for Hawaii, and so Finn Kearney, the 6'5 lefty freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, getting his second straight start at opposite. The serve by Tread Rosenthal is a good one. That set goes to Daniil Kirstanovic, and he sends it into the string. So Hawaii with that first serve, pulling the setter Moni Nikolov off the net, and good things happening.
You think they heard my keys to the game, Kanoa?
I think they did.
I said get off to a quicker start. Here it is, 2-0. Who would have thought? Last night was terrible in the first 2 sets.
So 2 serving 0. Another good serve there by Rosenthal. Nikolov chases it down, sets up Skylar Varga. Diving save along the back line by Louis Sakonoko. Here's Kearney. Cross-court and down. Hawaii scores the first 3 of the match.
And that, once again, was Satriski-like. Terminating that rally with a nice wrist-away shot against a very good and well-formed block, I might say.
Finn went for a season, thus career-high 17 kills on 38 swings last night. 3 serving 0, and that serve is going to be some trouble here for the beach. They're going to have to send a freebie over the net. Big advantage for Hawaii. Rosenthal outside, Adrian Rohr got the touch. Hawaii gets the point, and it is 4-0 Rainbow Warriors. And Long Beach State is going to signal for an early timeout. Programs. Long Beach State with the slight lead. Hawaii, though, with the advantage 30-17 in Honolulu. But the beach won last night in 4. Good pump set there to Varga. He gets blocked back. It'll drift tight to the net, and Moni Nikolov, ever the improv setter, able to just push Tinkett down for the point, and Long Beach State off the schneid.
For the 5th time in a row, Hawaii brought Moni off the net, so they're serving off to a good start, thanks to Tread Rosenthal.
So here's Moni Nikolov for the first time this season last night. Played a whole match without recording an ace. Louis Sakonoko handles that one. Back set, Adrian Rohr, 2 blockers up, and it doesn't matter. He tells them to pound.
He's ready.
He was solid last night. 12 kills, hit 375, 5 serving 1. Nikolov with options, goes backside, and a solo stop. Louis Sakonoko saying au contraire, mon frère.
Hawaii's going to need to do a lot of one-on-one blocking, I think, is how deceptive Moni Nikolov is.
6 serving 1, and into the net it goes. That was an issue.
Exactly. And Rohr had 5 of those errors.
Rosenthal going outside. Here's Louis down the line, but he misses wide. And so Long Beach State gets the point. Louis had a late miss in that 4th set last night. Tried to take the same down the line angle.
Well, he got a good swing at that. Missed by inches.
So 3 serving 6. It's Varga. Again, it skips off the tape. Passed by Eleu Choi. Back row, it's Rohr. That one off the block. Straight up in the air. So Kearney taking a swing. Nikolov centers it. And then it goes down on the Hawaii side. Are you for real? Nikolov chasing it down out of the official scorer's table. And his fellow countryman, freshman Alex Kondev, able to deposit it.
He still had 1 foot on the playing surface, so it was legal.
And it's 4 serving 6. And it's an ace by Varga. And Long Beach State has stormed back. They have scored 4 in a row.
Varga does a nice little cut on this shot. Lots of open court on that right side. He's serving, arguably Hawaii's best passer, but not even the great Adrian Rohr could pass that one.
That one drifts long, though, but that was the 24th ace of the year for Skylar Varga. Long Beach State, in large part because of Moni Nikolov's exploits behind the service line. They're tops in the nation and honored at the conclusion of this match here. It is senior night. He has a year of eligibility, but he is going to enter his professional field of finance. Backside, Krstanovic gets it down. How good was this guy last night, C-Mac? 17 kills on 33 attempts. He hit 364.
He was just unstoppable. The only flaw in his game last night was he had 4 service errors. The rest was really pretty perfect.
Middle set, Ofek Hazan blocked and roofed. Not for a lack of effort there by Eleu Choi, but Ofek Hazan, who was a sub last night mid-match, ended up playing pretty well and providing a bit of a spark for Hawaii, but he gets denied there, and we effectively start over 7-all. Backside, here's Kearney, and he got the touch, and Hawaii gets the point. Oh, Finn looking extra bouncy here at the onset of this match.
He looked good in warm-ups, too. I knew he'd have a good match, and it's coming to be true. How about McCraven getting that block solo on Ofek Hazan, the Honolulu graduate?
He's a senior for Long Beach State. Hazan retrieves that one. Outside, it's Sakanoko, blocked back, punched up in the air by Choi. So Rohr trying to set up Louis. May have been an out ball there, saved by Varga. Varga from the back row, that was a little off point. So here is Kearney.
Him, and a connection that has been going on for the last 3 years in the U19 world of USA Volleyball between Rosenthal and Kearney.
Krstanovic off the block, Rosenthal saving it, but it hovers up there, and it is annihilated by Darius McCraven. You just talked about him, C-Mac, in his 3rd year with Long Beach, out of Moanalua High School. Went to Orange Coast College before matriculating over there to play for the Beach, and he has just continued to develop and improve every year. Now a staple in that middle position as the serve goes long there by Krstanovic, and Hawaii up 2.
Notice the absence of challenges. We had 3 challenges by this time last night.
Hey, don't talk too soon here. 10 serving 8.
A little too easy in that serve.
And yes, you're absolutely right. Alex Kondev with the hammer. 3.1 kills per set on the season, hitting .508, but he was used sparingly until the injury to Sotiris Chapanis, and since then, over the last 4 matches, he's averaging 3.9 kills per set. Had 3 aces last night as well. That was a heck of a pass by Sakanoko, but a heck of a block by McCraven, jumping up next to Nikolov to deny Adrian Rohr, and we're tied at 10.
Alan Knight was telling me earlier this week that McCopson very athletic.
Pass by Sakanoko, gonna overpass to the waiting hand of Moni Nikolov, who slams it down. And that is the first lead here for Long Beach State. Hawaii led by 5 at one point. It was 6-1. Who also averages 1.6 kills per set. Very offensive-minded setter, one of the most dynamic setters we've seen. Kondev, that one skips off the tape. Outside, it's Rohr, and the block is up. Moni Nikolov just putting up the wall. He is listed at 6'8". I think we have best to you, Trent. Meanwhile, an out serve there by Long Beach State out of the timeout, and Hawaii, which led 6-1 to start this first frame, now trailing by 1. Ofek Hazan with the jump floater. That one touched over by Kondev, but miscommunication between Rohr and Neusterer. And those are the kinds of moments, those are the kinds of miscues you just cannot afford to have when you're playing against the #1 team in the country.
Yeah, that's so well said, Kanata. You just cannot make mistakes against this team that is so deep, so skilled.
Ryan Peluso, serving sub, who had 2 aces last night, forces the overpass and a little roll reversal there, as it was Moni Nikolov, the recipient of the assist, and he rips it down, and it's 14-11 Long Beach State.
And Skylar Varga did a nice job of improvising there.
Serve goes long by Peluso. Alan Knight talking about how well his team served last night.
Peluso had 2 aces, by the way.
He did. And their percentages were a little bit better than maybe what they've done throughout the season on the average night. As you take a look at Alan Knight in his 22nd year. Has coached 6 National Player of the Years. As that serve by Rosenthal goes into the net, and that's 30 p.m. is when that starts. Fred's sister, Kaysen Rosenthal, who is a member of the Wahine Beach team, in the stands. Back set goes to Adrian Rohr as we rejoin live action, and he's able to tool the block. Hawaii playing from behind here. They were doing a lot of that through the first 2 sets last night.
They're pretty much used to that. Not hitting for a good percentage right now, hitting 0.77 as a team. Normally they're hitting around 330, so they've got to pick up that. Rohr hitting 0 right now.
And that's an ace for Adrian Rohr. It hits the end line, at least that's the call. Well, it was the call by the line judge. Immediately Alan Knight went to challenge the call, but I think it was already overruled by the top official, Troy Gravitt. So line judge had it in. It was overruled, and so Alan Knight didn't need to issue a challenge. Now Charlie Wade may be considering challenging that in-out call. Officials, by the way, Troy Gravitt, the R1. You see Wayne Lee there, the R2 in your picture. Hunter Heleniak and Randy Rubinall, the line judges. And so an out ball, and Charlie Wade has decided to challenge it. Oh, we had a whole lot of challenges throughout the 4 sets last night.
Let's see if we can see if this ball catches any white at all. Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, if it did, it is by the slimmest of margins there. Not sure if there's enough, at least with our angle, to overturn the call.
Hawkeye would have called that by now, just so you know. Just saying. It would have had by Hawkeye. And Charlie Wade would like to have Hawkeye, I think. That's for sure. But it does cost a bunch of money.
Well, the call stands. So it is 16 serving 13. And it is Skylar Varga with the serve, and he serves it into the net. Yeah, you wonder, right? I mean, of course, in a perfect world, you'd have all the technology that would allow for the faster reviews to take place. But you wonder, because of what does tend to transpire in those reviews, if that breaks up some of the momentum, like right there for Skylar Varga.
Absolutely.
Works like a timeout.
It's like calling a timeout, yeah.
For Neusterer, that one tickles the tape. Nikolov going outside, and that one bounces off the Terraflex. Alex Kondev.
That ball was set so fast to the outside. A different tempo than the rainbow middle.
Kondev, a true frosh. Top scorer for the Bulgarian U19 national team at the World Championships. As that serve by Georgi Bainev goes long. He's another Bulgarian on this roster. They have 4 total. Hawaii, of course, with one of its own, and Christian Tatrisky, who is out with the ankle injury. A good look at Charlie Wade. Year 16. Hawaii with its 14th 20-win season, all-time 7th under Charlie at 22-4. Long Beach State 24-1 this year. Middleset, that's McCraven hanging and banging. And And so this is really feeling, aside from the hot start for Hawaii, really feeling like what the first two sets last night felt like, where Long Beach State had a lead of about 2 or 3, and Hawaii never could quite chase them down. Of course, they found their form a little bit in the third set, but this is kind of feeling like what we saw early on last night. Here's Connor Bloom from Huntington Beach, California. Redshirt junior on the serve. D-set goes to Kearney, and he gets blocked. It's rattled around. It'll be returned. Nikolov going D-set himself to Bloom. Good chase down, second touch there by Sakonoko, and we play on. Nikolov outside. Kondev off the block, saved by Louis. Set goes back to Sakonoko, and he finds the floor. Who ultimately got that assist, but Sakonoko was all over the creation, keeping that thing alive. 16 serving 18. The pass there by Varga. Outside, Kondev blocked back. Bump set back to Kondev. 3 blockers load up. It's dug up over the net by Choi. Nikolov on 2.
He's their setter, but some people say that setting is his weakest skill. He's a better digger, better server, better blocker.
There's Kondev. Diving pass there by Rohr. Rosenthal chased down on the bump set. Rohr against a triple block, and he misses wide, no touch. And so Long Beach State gets to the 20-point mark. Largest lead here in this first frame for the Beach. And Charlie Wade going to signal for a timeout.
Hey, volleyball fans, it's time for the Ultras find the side tonight.
Hawaii hitting 118 here in this set. On the other side, Long Beach State, 429.
You can't be out-hit by 300 points and expect to win.
Moni Nikolov right now tied without a move, though.
He'd like to play a lot more volleyball, that's for sure. There's a lot of incentive for him to lengthen this season.
Kondev shows his humanity from the service line there on that last attempt. Here's Kainoa Wade. 17 serving 21. Nikolov goes middle. It's McCraven. And Long Beach State offensively having its way right now in this first set. It's 22-17. And McCraven with 3 kills, no errors. Kondev 4 kills, no errors. Nikolov, the setter, 4 kills, no errors. Here's Newstor. We were just talking about it. See where Kurt gets it from, obviously. Yeah, his dad Norbert played basketball for the Austrian national team. Another service error here for Hawaii, so you're starting to see again the ill-timed service errors biting Hawaii when they just start showing signs of momentum, and now they got to deal with this guy, Moni Nikolov. 82 aces on the year. That's tops in the country by a mile. How about that pass by Eleu Choi as he gets knocked over? Rohr off the block and out. And so Hawaii gets the point. And Eleu Choi, you have to give him the nod. What he was able to do in serve-receive against Moni Nikolov throughout the match last night was nothing short of exceptional.
He took some shots. I think the last serve was around 75 miles per hour.
Yeah, Nikolov has been known to get up to 80. Meanwhile, the overpass forced by Rohr. That works like an ace because Finn Kearney was able to take advantage. Hawaii within 3 here late in the first. 20 serving 23. Another good serve there, but a good pass by Kellen Larson, and the middle set put down by Bet. It is Aloha ball for Long Beach in the first.
You're right, Cano. I got to give a lot of credit to Kellen Larson that time. He took a very tough serve from Adrian Rohr and just put it on the money.
Yeah, just a freshman libero as that serve goes into the twine. Kellen Larson taking over for one of the all-time greats in Mason Briggs.
Those are big shoes to fill, and Larson's done a nice job the last 2 nights. He's been pretty perfect.
Well, here's one of the seniors, Kawai Hong out of Punahou School. Played club volleyball at Santa Clara, won a pair of club league championships. And coming into the game in a big spot here. Gets the serve in. Nikolov with options, goes outside. It is Kondev, cross court and down. It is called in. Charlie Wade, is he considering challenging that in the first frame? And after going down 6-1, this crowd in an absolute frenzy. The Beach just got back to work.
Mr. Maturity, a good leader. The younger players, I think, took to him because he was almost like an uncle more than a teammate. And he's loved it, and the players love him.
So set 2 underway. Fred Rosenthal with the serve. And good pass there by Kellen Larson. Middle set goes to Braun. Pancake save Rosenthal. Here's Kearney just beyond the end line. That is Finn's first hitting error, as Hawaii was trying to ad-lib through that one.
I don't think that was out by much. He took a good swing at that.
So Kainoa Wade getting the start here for Hawaii. It looks like Finn Kearney has maybe moved back to the left. Kainoa Wade taking over at the opposite hitter position. Here's Kurt Neusterer. And he found that one in the sweet spot. So Kurt Neusterer on senior night with his second kill on as many. So it looks like Adrian Rohr is the player who is now off the floor for Hawaii with the insertion of Kainoa Wade. One hand back set. How good was that? Skylar Varga, it was hitting lines, no blockers against him, and Moni Nikolov making it look simple.
Yeah, you know, most setters cannot intercept that ball from going over the net. Moni can, so can Tread.
Moni, the younger brother of Alex, who gave Hawaii fans nightmares in his 1 year with Long Beach State. Named the National Player of the Year as a freshman. As Finn Kearney hit it long, no touch. Hawaii clamoring that there was a touch, and so we're going to get a challenge.
Yeah, there was a touch. Back middle. In fact, Long Beach the players started to go back and get back into serve receive because they knew that one of their players touched it. And then all of a sudden, it was ruled in their favor. So now they're re-huddling. All 23 of them.
Yeah, this is a large roster for Allen Knight's squad. Now, things could change, obviously, with the roster limits and scholarship increases for men's volleyball. That's going to put the number at 18, so it'll be a little bit different. But Allen Knight saying, hey, look, you know, for us, we don't mind having that many guys in the practice gym. We feel like it helps us when we are, you know, trying to get as many reps for as many guys. And sometimes you have guys who are sitting, who are maybe on load management strategies. He said the more, in our case, the merrier. See if we can see a touch here.
Right there is the touch. I thought that was going to be the touch by Varga, but I guess it's not. Then there's a touch at the net right there.
Well, your guess is as good as mine here, C-Mac.
Looked like they took the spin off the ball there, and that usually indicates that there might be a touch in the front right there. Oh yeah, big time touch. Those Kondev got a piece of it. Watch Kondev's left hand bend back.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, watch his left fingers right there. Right there. They bend back. Right there. To me, that's a pretty obvious touch.
Huh. Who needs the Hawkeye system? We have the eagle eyes of Chris McLaughlin.
I'd be surprised if this is not called a touch. Because the referees actually have, don't they have 6 more cameras than we do? So altogether, there's like 10 cameras that they have access to.
Yeah, there's no excuse, right? Yeah. I mean, they got all of the resources necessary. What's the call here?
Touch. Watch this.
Yes, there's the call.
Just send the challenges over to me. I'll take care of it. It'll be a lot faster, more decisive.
I mean, you're already wearing a light blue shirt, albeit with the Aloha print on it.
That's
but
right.
You would fit in very well with the rest of the officials.
Oh, funny.
2 serving 2 here now due to that one challenge by Charlie Wade. Schuster pumps it long.
It's like a timeout. Ice is the server.
Your thoughts on the lineup that we have out there for Hawaii? With Charlie bringing in Kainoa, moving Finn over to the left.
Yeah, I had heard that Adrian was not completely 100% physically.
Here's Wade. He's able to plug it through the block and down. Kainoa with his first kill. The 6'10 freshman out of Kamehameha Kapalama, two-time state player of the year. Has been primarily a service sub for Hawaii, but when he has been out there in a hitting role, he has played pretty well at times.
Yeah, he has.
And one of their more
pretty good server too. Look at it, forced off the net.
Yeah, one of their steadier servers from an efficiency standpoint. However, it's Alex Kondev going back to work. That's going to be an interesting dilemma for Alan Knipe if and when Sotirios Chapanis gets back to full health. If there is any kind of decision there to be made with the lineup regarding Kondev. Hrstanovic. What a punch up there by Wade. And Hawaii going to have to send a freebie over the net. Nikolov, he's going to swing. A ferocious attack. Goes off of the Hawaii blocker and out.
I'd say one of the biggest challenges for Hawaii right now is that Finn Kearney's back playing on the outside, which means he passes in all 6 rotations. Something he's not really used to because he played opposite last night. Didn't pass at all, except once in a while when they passed 4 men.
What a pass there by Sakanoko. Back row, it's Kearney, and he misses, tried to go wrist away. And so Long Beach State has scored 3 in a row. They're up 6-3. Yeah, Moni Nikolov, you just see him swing. I mean, he could be an All-American opposite or outside hitter.
Easily.
And here he is playing setter, and it's something that Alan Knipe and Charlie Wade have talked about as being part of the evolution of the setter position as that serve goes long. Alan Knipe telling us, usually, and he says he's had to change his philosophy and view on this because of Moni Nikolov and his unique skill set. He says usually the biggest, most physical guy walks into the gym, there's your opposite hitter. In this case, there's your setter.
Yeah, he is so good. Last night after the game, he could barely get to the bus. Everybody was stopping him for a picture.
Yeah. What a set, what a block. Finn Kearney saying, ole. 1-on-1 against Daniil Hrstanovic.
And not very often has Hrstanovic been stopped in the last 24 hours. He's been so good. Kudos to Kearney.
And it is 5-6 here in set 2.
Too easy.
Nikolov going high and away. Kondev! Access denied! Trent Rosenthal!
Another guy who hasn't been stopped much in the last 24 hours is Kondev. All of a sudden, here comes Trent Rosenthal with a terrific block solo. By the way, block a one-on-one advantage hitter all the time. So for Hawaii to get 2 block solos back-to-back, very unusual.
6-6. Louis skips it off the net. Bumps at Nikolov, goes nowhere. Kondev loops it over. Advantage Hawaii. Rosenthal, D-set, Wade! That was pulverized!
That brought some fans to their feet. Great swing by Kainoa Wade, the Kamehameha Kapalama graduate.
Yeah, that reached decibel levels that we have not seen all year.
Yeah.
Sakanoko going for it as Hawaii took its first lead of this second set. And tied at 7. And again, those moments of momentum building up only to be upended by a service error.
Once again, let's see how the passing trio of the Sakanoko, Choi, and Kearney do. Well, nice pass by Choi.
And over on 2 goes Tread. The sleight of hand has Hawaii back up 1. Kearney, the whole fam, the whole Hana. Back row, Kondev. Not a blocker in sight, and he found that deep corner. Kondev up to 7 kills. He's hitting .545.
Again, they haven't dropped much in talent level from Shapanis to Kondev.
That one just crawls over the net. So on one knee, Rosenthal sets up Finn, and he goes cross court and in. How about this mid-match adjustment that Finn Kearney has to make here, C-Mac?
That's really challenging. Great question, Canoa. It's really challenging for him to all of a sudden now be hitting on the left, having to pass all 6 rotations, and Finn hit it in.
That's right. Nikolov, he hit it in. At least that was the call. I think Charlie Wade is going to challenge it. So he's going to challenge.
Can't they play it?
No, they don't want that because they don't want the fans' reaction to influence
referee.
the official.
Got it. Because if he clicked our guys in blue.
All right, so here we go. What's the call? It is out. Charlie wins the challenge. C-Mac is batting 1,000. And it goes from 9-all to 10-8. Hawaii in front. Rosenthal serving. Pulls Nikolov off the net. Outside. Varga. Diving save by Sakonoko, but it drifts out of play. And now Moni Nikolov will serve. Hawaii hitting .400 here in set 2. .200 is the percentage at the moment for Long Beach State. Nikolov, who has been measured at above 80 miles an hour this season from the service line. It is Finn, skips it off the block and out, and what a pass by Louis Sakonoko.
We haven't talked enough about what his passing has meant to this team this year. He worked really hard off the court easily.
11 serving 9. Middle set, and that is pounded home by Ben Braun.
That was a great pass by Kellen Larson, back-to-back great passes.
Larson, the freshman from Irvine, California, starting libero. I mentioned filling the shoes of Mason Briggs, who was one of the all-timers. Outside, here's Louis. Good dig there by Varga. So Nikolov cross court. Kondev, forget about it. The Hawaii front line wasn't having it.
I think all 3 blockers got up, but I think Neuster got most of it. At least according to the flexing he was doing afterwards. You can tell which guy really got most of it. There's Kurt. He knows how to celebrate, doesn't he?
6 Hawaii hands up front there for Hawaii, and it is 12 serving 10. And Neuster sends it out.
He served just a little bit off. I think Hawaii's become used to him getting points, having long serving runs, especially against Tusculum last year. What did you do, Kanoa, last year against Tusculum?
Yeah, it was one of the all-time great runs. He had 6 aces over the course of what was an 18-0 run against Tusculum. Backside, here's Wade. Off the block and out, so Kainoa Wade in what can perhaps be considered a little bit of a roll of the dice by his pops, Charlie, put into the match, and so far, he has paid dividends. 3 kills on 4 swings.
He looked good in warm-up, too. I had a good feeling about how he was going to play. If he got in tonight, he really looked good in warm-up.
And the beach out of system. Back bump set Varga to Kondev. Diving save Kearney. Tipped over by Hazan. So Varga, that was a bad set. And Hawaii gets the point.
I'm not sure why Varga tried to set the middle there. I think he felt like he and McRaven got a connection of some sort, but that was way off the base.
So 14 serving 11. Eliu Choi doubling as a floor wiper for a moment.
And what happened to Sakonoko? I think Eliu ran over and grabbed the towel before Louis could get there.
Good serve by Wade. Nikolov a long way to track. Kondev the tip. Advantage Hawaii. Rosenthal middle. Hassan. And McCraven says, oh, no, you don't.
Wow, what a great read block by McCraven. And not fooled at all by the jump set right there. He stayed down. He did not go up with Tread Rosenthal at all.
Oh, he didn't bite on that for a second. 12 serving 14. Hrstanovic down the line and wide. Hawaii gets the point. They get to 15 first. We're going to have a challenge of that last call, though. And it looks like we will. So Alan Knight is going to challenge that in-out call. Now, you had the line judges, you had the top official, Troy Gravitt, who all called it out.
Yeah.
So you would think that their positioning would lead you to believe that there was a high probability they got this call right, but let's see. Tailing at the very end. Ooh.
Ooh.
That may have caught a piece of that line.
I can't make the call there, Kanoa. I think that got a piece.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. And if it does get overturned, that's a heck of a challenge by Alan Knight, who's sitting way across the court.
As far away as you can get. And I think his server Kondev told him to challenge.
Alan Knight, recognized as an all-time great coach at the USA Volleyball Hall of Fame banquet back in May. 3-time ABCA Coach of the Year. Has led Long Beach State to 9 Final Fours, 7 since 2016. And, of course, a pair of national championships back-to-back style, 2018-2019.
And the Olympic coach in 2012 in London. Quite the resume, wouldn't you say?
He's
and his son Hayden right now is playing over in Switzerland, beating SC twice in Los Angeles.
That's amazing. Asterisk?
There is an asterisk. No Dylan Klein, who careered here in a monster match.
And UCSD in San Diego, Matadors were down 2-1, and they win set 4, 39-37 to force a 5th set. And CSUN would win the 5th, 15-11. And after the review, the call is confirmed to be out. So at least by virtue of our replay angle, I think a bit of a surprise. I think I was with you. I thought maybe it clipped just a hair of that line. So after the dust clears, Hawaii gets to 15. Timeout on the floor in set 2. Able to take a 3-point advantage into the media timeout. This has been a weird set 2. Long Beach State led by 3. That was their largest lead at 6-3. Hawaii now leads by 3. It's its largest lead, but it just got a little bit bigger as Louis Sakonoko deals an ace out of the deck. And right.
Hrstanovic not putting up the same kind of numbers that he did last night, but he just absolutely lit it up. Tonight, hitting 0 up until that swing.
Kondev on the serve. What a pass. Oh, the middle set, though, off the mark. Connection wasn't there. Advantage Long Beach State. Now a joust above the tape. Hawaii works it back on its side. Here's Kearney, blocked and roofed. Moni Nikolov. And Moni pumping the fist in celebration.
Watch how high he gets up and goes over, presses his right hand down into the court. Picture perfect block.
I mean, you look at his frame, the length of those arms, size of those hands. I mean, he is just a gifted specimen on the volleyball court.
Set the entire VNL, the volleyball National League. It's just like the Olympics in the off season.
Oh boy, look out. Second time we've seen Kondev with a serve that almost hit one of the front liners.
Well, he's going to hear about the under the net serve, I'll tell you that, from the rest of his players. There'll be some teasing about that in the locker room, I'm sure.
And so now Kawai Hong Good to see him getting some action here on senior night. Crowd trying to urge him on. 17 serving 14. Two-hand pass by Kondev. Outside it goes to Varga through the block. And Alex Kondev handling that heavy topspin serve with his hands there. Long Beach State down by 2.
Kondev, we got to continue to remind ourselves that Kondev and Nikolov have been playing together since they're like 12 years old. And been playing at the national team level.
Peluso back in on the serve. D-set. Here's Wade. Noah Wade grooving here in set 2.
4 kills in 5 tries. No errors. How about that? It's a split block there thanks to a nice juke set by Tread Rosenthal.
And it's now Tread to serve, 18 serving 15. And one crawls over the net. Nikolov going D-set, Hrstanovic.
Okay, 4 passers for Hawaii right now. Kainoa Wade added to the passing pattern.
Crowd trying to get into Nikolov's ear. Look at that pass by Sakonoko. Here's Wade from the left side. He is blocked and roofed. And so Long Beach with
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Welcome back. Hawaii led by 4. Long Beach State steadily creeping back into the mix. And you have the most dangerous server in the country behind the line in Moni Nikolov. 17 serving 18. Took a little something off that time. Rosenthal goes backside, and Finn comes through. Well, you talked about the connection, long-standing relationship on the Long Beach side between Nikolov and Kondev, and you see it here with Rosenthal and Finn Kearney. They go back a ways.
A lot of youth national volleyball, played internationally as well.
Good serve by Finn. Overpass. Neusterer knows what to do with it, and Hawaii's up 3. And Long Beach State's going to signal for another timeout. Tread Rosenthal talked about it after the match last night, said it just felt really natural and comfortable with Finn Kearney getting the start at the opposite position. Going back to him, he says, I know the kind of sets he likes. I know the locations. He said it was just like riding a bike.
Yeah.
And just the competitiveness, so they really truly understand each other.
Well, thank you so much, and thanks for everything. Back over to you guys.
Hey, thanks a lot, Ryan. Great to hear from the Troy family as Kurt Neusterer puts up the wall.
Maybe Kurt's biggest block solo of the year. Blocking Alex Kondev. Terror from Bulgaria, who's been almost perfect the last couple of weeks. And Kurt had the last say at that time.
And the Manoa Roofing Company sporting the hard hats here in this second set. Kondev sends it long, perhaps thinking about that last roof. And Hawaii has its largest lead of set 2.
Alan Knight, even the great Alan Knight, scratching his head thinking, what do I have to do to beat these Warriors right now?
Nikolov going middle. That's Braun blocked back by Neusterer. Nikolov going outside this time. Hrstanovic the dink. Diving save. Rosenthal Wade against 2 blockers. And Long Beach State will play it back. Backside. Varga dug up over the net. Oh, and it's an overpass. Kondev gave it away. Neusterer clobbers it. Hawaii up 6.
How about this pancake dig there by Rosenthal, who had 13 digs last night. Here's the end of the play with Neusterer putting it down. He could have easily followed through into the net, though. That was a very tight play at the net.
It is as loud in this building as we have heard in years. Sub in for Long Beach State. Connor Bloom on the floor. He'll get the set on the outside. Tip shot right there is Tread. Kearney sets up Wade. Centered by Bloom. Varga will get a swing out of it. Diving save by Kearney. Second touch Choi. And we play on. Advantage Beach. Nikolov backside Varga. And he goes OTT. Going over the top of that Louis Sakanoko block.
Great swing by Skyler Varga. Long Beach State was really in control that entire rally. Varga with a great exclamation point right there, one-on-one. What a set from Nikolov. He just has a way of getting all of his hitters one-on-one or one-on-none situations.
18 serving 23. We saw Hawaii with a late advantage in the fourth set last night. It was 2018, so this one a little bit more demonstrative, but you could never count the Beach out. Pass by Choi is a good one. Rosenthal against the grain. Wade over the block, but he sails it wide. And that gives Long Beach State the point. They're within 4.
Charlie Wade has one timeout left. He's got a couple of challenges left if he needs them. Going to find some way to slow down a Long Beach State run.
And Vargas sends it out. And they will rise here on set point. Aloha ball in the second.
9,950 rise. There's 50 that are rising. You know who they are?
The Long Beach State faithful. Here's Kai Taylor. Pass by Vargas, a good one. Nikolov, backside, Hrstanovic. And he rips it down. So that quiets the crowd, but they remain standing. It remains Aloha ball. And Ben Braun will serve.
What a swing by Hrstanovic. Just a classic arm swing.
Rosenthal outside. Here's Louis. This match is tied at 1 set apiece. And a little bit of jawing through the net.
Ben Kearney having to play 2 very different positions, and he's doing a terrific job at both.
Finn Kearney leading the way for Hawaii with 8 kills. In fact, that's tops on the floor, hitting .357.
He's got more than Kondev. Kondev's got 7 kills.
Yeah, Kondev, by his incredible standards, especially as of late, hitting below the mark. He is 188 percentage-wise on the night. But here we go, set 3 about to get underway. And Moni Nikolov goes high up on the platform of Louis Sakanoko. Here's Wade, 2 blockers up, and forget about it. The door was shut closed. Ben Braun getting the gist of it.
Ben Braun at 6'11". Dad was a great player back in '88. Played USA men's volleyball. He was the alternate for the Olympics that year. And Ben was obviously a chip off the old block.
Louis takes on the setting responsibilities. Finn going to try to battle a triple block on the other side. A little bit of an avoidance swing, and he sends it out. So Long Beach State scores the first 2 points. We did see a little bit of chatter on that last set point before the intermission.
Sakanoko and
Darius McCraven.
Darius McCraven, yeah.
Oh, the out serve there by Moni Nikolov. Hawaii on the board.
Hawaii can ill afford to get off to a bad start. That seems to be their demise the last couple nights. When they get off to a bad start, they usually lose the set. They can't catch up.
So here's Tread, had a good service run in that second set. Diving pass there by Kellen Larson. Outside Hrstanovic off the block and out of play. Hrstanovic was fantastic last night. As you alluded to, a bit of a quieter run through the first 2 sets, but you can tell he is on the verge of percolating at almost all times. Middle set, that's Neusterer blocked back the cover there by Louis. Here's Kearney against a double block. What a dig, Nikolov, and the swing on two by Braun. Moni Nikolov with a dig and assist at the same time.
Nikolov I think he's their leading digger. If I'm not mistaken, he's out digs the liberos. So he can play defense. He's a great blocker. He's tied for first in block solos this year.
And it's 4 serving 1. Here's Skylar Varga. And it's an ace. One of those I got it, you got it, nobody gets it moments there between Eleu Choi and Finn Kearney, and not the start Hawaii was hoping for, especially with the momentum of winning set number 2. Sakanoko pops it straight up in the air. Backside, here's Kearney. And he sends it long. Was there a touch? No touch. And Charlie Wade may go to the COA challenge paddle, and he does. We will have a review here.
And that ball was set so close to the referee. I'm surprised that referee, top referee, doesn't call that. It's unlikely it's going to show up in a review. We'll see.
Finn Kearney was adamant with Charlie Wade about challenging that call. He felt like undeniably there was a touch. But you're right. R1 was
right
just about a foot away.
Exactly. So if anybody's going to hear the touch or see the touch, it's going to be the R1.
So again, they can review both the touch and the in and out.
Ooh,
and so the in and out fairly close as well.
Yeah, very close.
Do we have a touch here on this block attempt? It's Kondev and Braun. Hard to tell there.
Yeah, that's a tough one. A little too blurry for me. Maybe this one will show.
Oh, and they are going to call a touch. So Wayne Lee, after the review, makes the call. A victorious challenge for Charlie Wade. And so it is 2 serving 5.
Hawaii still has all 3 of their challenges. The 2 left.
There's a dig there by Rosenthal. Set by Kearney to Wade. He's able to tool the block. Well, that was some savvy from the true freshman.
How about the assist for Finn Kearney? Nice high ball. Big block he's going up against. Good thing he didn't choose to go cross court. Would have run into the 6'11" Ben Braun.
The way this set 3 started, it was looking like Long Beach State was laying the clamps on Hawaii offensively, but they have now found a few seams in that Long Beach State block. And Leu Choi again, just always moving, whether it's wiping the floors or diving on the court. Or
he's also usually the first one to practice and the last one to leave. Does that surprise you?
I don't think he's ever just been still for longer than a few seconds in his lifetime. Outside, and we're going to have a point by Kondev as he goes off of the Hawaii block. Now, Kondev did cross the line underneath. And there was some foot traffic there. I think Kainoa Wade saying, you know, the ball hadn't gone out yet. Does look like that foot comes down across the line before the ball hit the Terraflex out of bounds.
Yep. Bang, bang call again. Might be reviewable. Challengeable.
And now we're going to have a convo between the R1 and R2. Troy Gravitt, the top of the ladder. Wayne Lee coming across from his R2 position. Tread Rosenthal, the floor captain, going to listen in. I mean, from that replay, it appeared as though the crossing of the line took place before the ball hit the ground. If it happens in reverse order, then
correct,
the crossing of the line wouldn't matter. But it looks like after all of that discussion made. So 6 serving 3, and the sold-out home crowd here will proclaim that that was a bit of athletic justice there on the outserve by Ben Braun. And Kurt Neuster getting ready to send it across. Bit of a tough one last night for Kurt. He had no kills, hit negative. Did have an ace, though. Nikolov goes middle, McCraven. And that was crushed. And McCraven, who was the one engaging with Louis Sakanoko in some conversation at the end of that last set, has some extra words. So the homecoming of this Moanalua alum souring a bit in the mind of some of the home fans. Kind of expect this stuff to happen.
I remember one year when Dave Shoji was coaching against Brian Giammalero. On night number 2, the fans all brought yellow cards. Yeah. And when Brian Giammalero ever got up off the bench, they would give him a yellow card. So it's pretty funny. Yellow
card issued to Darius McCraven and Moni Nikolov. So here we go, back to action, and the serve is out. The temperature in the building is increasing.
No question about it. I love the signage that's showing up tonight as well. The fans got very creative.
5 serving 7. What a pass. Back row, Varga explodes on it. That was a sonic boom. And Eleu Choi in defense mode on that one.
Give a lot of credit to Kellen Larson for a beautiful pass. And there's McCraven. Took a couple blockers with him.
And now all of a sudden the service errors piling up for Long Beach State here at this juncture.
And the only loss that Long Beach State has had this year to UC Irvine, 22 service errors led the way.
Now Louis 6 serving 8 here in the 3rd. This match tied at 1 set apiece. Nikolov goes backside. Hrstanovic. Little high cheddar there in the direction of Louis Sakanoko. Rivalry renewed, huh, C-Mac?
I think so. You can feel it. Hrstanovic once again delivering nothing but heat.
Rosenthal goes middle. It's Hazan. He got blocked back. Kearney trying to go cross court, tried to cut it thin.
Oh man, too funny.
I mean, it seemed pretty clear there based on our net cam angle, and it looks like Wayne Lee has now come to a conclusion. And it is a net violation. And so that changes things a little bit. It goes from 10-6 to 7 serving 9.
Very, very different.
And now Ofek Hazan, who has found himself being a critical piece here for Hawaii this weekend. Oh, Nikolov! He's stuffed! Tried to catch Hawaii off guard, but Kurt Neuster had other plans.
It is rare to see Moni Nikolov get blocked, that's for sure.
So 8 serving 9, Hawaii within 1, an overpass. Rosenthal sets up Kearney, he got blocked. Played off the net by Finn. Rosenthal trying to chase it down, but he can't make it happen. And Long Beach State gets the point. Hard fought as it was.
Here comes Louis. Louis back. like the fact that Eleu was one-upping him. I guess maybe being a senior, Eleu can take charge of the towel if he wants, but kind of has been Louis' job, don't you think, this year?
He's taken the responsibility upon himself almost on a nightly basis. It's just one of those, the old adage, right? If you want something done right, sometimes you got to do it yourself.
Yeah.
What a gig if you're a floor wiper, right? You're sitting there, you're out there on the floor, and the players are doing the work for you.
Just give the towel to Louis. Or give it to Emilio. Take your pick.
Fred Rosenthal going pin to pin here, talking with the officials.
He might be bleeding. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what this is about. Well, this is the penultimate regular season series for both these teams. Long Beach State will have a pair of matches against UC San Diego next week. Hawaii still with a series at UC Santa Barbara on the docket. And then, of course, after that, it is the Big West Championship Tournament. Now, there seems to be a discussion whether or not Moni Nikolov interfered there. You see him reaching below the net. Did not appear to make contact with the ball, but still could be considered an interference penalty. Take a look at this, C-Mac.
I missed that on the first time around. There, right there. And he was reaching under the net.
Nikolov has that knowing smile. And now we get back to action. 10 serving 8. What a pass there by Choi. Backside Wade. 2 blockers up. And they turn it back. Varga and Braun. And Hawaii at the moment hitting negative numbers here in this third frame.
So smoothly that block went into the outside. They were bunch blocking, and then they bunch read, and then they just go out in unison together. No wonder they're the 1 or 2 best team blocking teams in the country.
Nikolov into the net, and that'll get a rise out of the crowd. And Hawaii hitting negative 100 compared to 556 for Long Beach State. Trying to hang here, down by 2. Great pass, Kellen Larson. Backside, Varga. My word. That was ferocious.
Oh, man. And here's a guy who, like Finn Kearney, has gone from opposite to outside, back to opposite.
Pass by Choi is a good one. They go back row. Louis blasts it off the hands and out, and a little extra stare down from Sakanoko through the net. Stoking the Flames a little bit.
The last thing he wants to do is get the Long Beach players mad to make them play better. Louis just needs to turn around and face his teammates.
Oh, and Finn Kearney sends it just long. Another ill-timed service error here for Hawaii. And Braun, the 6'11" junior from Rancho Mirage, California. Spent time at Ohio State before going to Long Beach State. Wade over the block, dug up by Varga. Outside, Kondev off the block. It got slowed down. Backside, here's Wade. Nice wrist away action there by Kainoa Wade.
Nice adjustment by Kainoa that time with his feet. The shot was
enters into the match, replacing Ofek Hazan. 6'8" redshirt frosh from Houston out of Moanalua. So a couple of Moanalua products or teams playing middle opposite each other. Oh, that was hammered by Alex Kondev. So yeah, interesting dynamic there once again with Justin Todd on one side, Dieris McCraven on the other. A couple former Namenehune.
Long Beach State offense can be so dangerous, hitting for such a high percentage.
Yeah, how about 583 at the moment here in this set?
And they hit 400 on the year. Nobody does that.
Unheard of. Easily the best percentage as a team in the nation. Rosenthal outside here. Sakanoko! An absolute laser beam from Louis.
Against a really good line blocker, Moni Nicola.
Kainoa to serve, 12 serving 14. Pulls Nikolov off the net. Cross court back bump set. Kondev. And he missed it. Oh, he gets the point. They're within one.
Kondev has now had 2 of those shots landed. He's had a serve under the net and an attack under the net. Very unusual.
13 serving 14, and Wade pumps it out. And Long Beach State gets to 15 first. So these service errors again. And Long Beach State up 16-13.
Skylar Varga taking it to another level tonight. 7th kill, hitting .429.
All Big West Conference honorable mention a season ago. Rosenthal goes D-set to Wade. And Kainoa Wade caught it flush. 7th kill for the Frosh. So Hawaii trying to hang tough here. They are being out-hit severely, 500 to 200. The service errors piling up a bit for Long Beach State. Hawaii, 9 service errors overall in the match, but they have come at very inopportune times. Like right there.
Long Beach State with 18 service errors. That's the only way Hawaii's been able to stay close in this game and be behind by 3, because they're getting out hit by like 300 points in offense.
Craven hearing a smattering of boos. Here's Justin Todd in the middle. The set was a little off the mark. So now bump set goes to Nikolov. The tip, diving save on the chase down by Choi. Here's Wade, 3 blockers up, had to take something off. Nikolov going D-set. Hrstanovic through the block and down. Hrstanovic now with 8 kills. And Long Beach State operating like a well-oiled machine at the moment.
Sliding out at a lofty 76%. You know, between 70 and 72 is going to win you most sets. They're at 76 right now and getting better. Hawaii at sliding out at 66% rate.
2-hand pass there, Choi. Wade blocked and roofed. It was sealed shut by Varga and Braun. And Long Beach State has now established control here in this 3rd frame. They're up a handful, 19-14, largest lead for spin at times. Loud as heck. Oh, Hawaii scrambling here. Bump set Wade. That was too far of a distance to traverse. And in fact, he stepped on the 3-meter line. So Long Beach State has now scored 4 in a row, and things in a bit of disarray on the Hawaii side of the net here.
Starting to flex their muscles and having a little bit of trouble with Dieris McCraven's jump float.
Rosenthal going outside. It's Kearney. And Finn getting back to work. He has a match-high 11 kills. And you are seeing now this weekend.
Those wears, but he can only do it from behind the service line. Now he's getting some great court time.
Justin Todd loops the serve over. Nikolov goes middle, and that was easy pickings for Braun. We talked a little bit about it last night. What makes Moni Nikolov and that serve delivery so difficult to read?
Oh, man, he holds his hands up high. They're large hands, and he just flips them one way or the other. There's no arching of the back. It's a giveaway. There's no putting the hands in a different position. They're just the same position all the time. It's so difficult to read. Long Beach State gets any kind of a good pass, it's pretty much guaranteed that Moni Nikolov is going to give his hitter a one-on-none or a one-on-one situation.
Well, Hawaii playing some great service defense and forcing a lot of these service errors. Can we frame it that way?
Is there a stat for that?
Outside, Kristanovic, two hands of a cross. Rosenthal outside. Here's Finn. Finn with the finish. And Hawaii within 4.
Long Beach State with 2 timeouts. Charlie Wade with 1 timeout left.
Serve there by Tread. Here's Varga. The tip got blocked back. And we got a net violation. And it's going to go against Hawaii.
I think Kearney got in the net that time.
Again, the margin of error so minuscule when you play a team like Long Beach State. They'll take advantage of every mistake you make and then do something like that to create more breathing room. Skylar Varga with a lightning rod. And that forces a Hawaii timeout. Controlled this third frame, hitting .526 in set 3.
Really been an impressive offensive output by Long Beach State for sure.
That serve by Varga just beyond the end line, though, keeping Hawaii's slim hopes here in the third alive.
Varga off the Canadian under U19 team, the U21 team, the U23 team. He's done it all for the country of Canada.
Yeah, started his career at the University of Saskatchewan as Finn Kearney sees that one drift out. And that's going to be set point here for Long Beach State. And we're going to have a service sub here for the Beach. Dane Hillis once again in and back to serve. Saw him as a service sub last night. Rosenthal outside. Here's Sakonoko. That one got blocked back off of his dome and over. Set outside. It goes to Kristanovic, and he's blocked, and that one went off of his dome. So Hawaii ultimately gets the point here, but Alan Knight is arguing something on that sequence. And in fact, he's going to issue a challenge. So depending on the ruling here, if this is an overturned call, then this would be the end of set 3.
Well, we see the ejected ball out. Play on the review.
Ball out?
Unless he's saying maybe it went off of Sakonoko and hit the pin, or that it
went out, outside the antenna.
Was outside the antenna on the swing. Maybe some. Mike Wilton won 316 matches between 1993 and 2009. Of course, coached some tremendous teams, some tremendous players over the course of his tenure. You see it go off of Sakonoko.
There's the call, outside the antenna.
Oh, there you go. So he's saying it went off of his dome and over the net outside the pin. But did it?
Yeah, I think it did. I think it went right over the antenna, I think. Even though Nikolov took the ball and back right next to the line there, I think that Louis was outside front left, hitting it, went off his dome and over the antenna, and that's how it got to Nikolov. I'd be surprised if they change this call.
Well, the call on the floor was in favor of Hawaii, so yeah, you'd be surprised if they didn't, is what you're saying.
Yeah, didn't change it, yeah.
Well, here we go. Survey says. And it is a successful challenge and one of the more anticlimactic finishes to a set you'll ever see as Long Beach State takes it by the final arithmetic of 25-18. So the Beach up 2-1 here, and it's going to be a must-win fourth. It was heating up a little bit in that third frame, a little bit more dialogue between the teams.
Tonight they're hitting 384, so right up their season average, a little under their season average.
Yeah. Hawaii holding them pin to pin.
Yeah.
And right now, Finn Kearney still tops among all hitters here in this match with 12 kills. So a must-win set for Hawaii, the fourth-ranked team in the country against top-ranked Long Beach State. And the first serve for Trent Rosenthal sent long. And this crowd waiting for something to get revved up about again. It's been a minute. Long Beach State doing a great job of taking the air out of the tires, so to speak. Backside, here's Roar. And that will cue a roar here in the building.
Adrian had a chance to sit out a set and see what's open on the Long Beach State side of the net for defense, and he took advantage.
And now Roar from behind the service line. Good pass there. Kondev. Varga blocked back. Pinballed around. Nooster the swing. Gets it done. 5 kills for Kurt. Hawaii up 2-1.
5 kills, and even better, no errors. Hitting over 800.
How about that pass by Varga? He gets the set on the outside, cross court and wide. No touch up front. Oh, we have a net violation called against Hawaii, so the celebration was on. But then the call made by Wayne Lee, giving it to the Beach, so 2-all here in the fourth.
It must have been a micro touch. I didn't see the net move or anybody touch it.
And here's Moni. Took a little something off that time. A dime on the pass by Sakamoto, and then the big goes to Roar, and he finishes the deal. Adrian Roar has been sitting for some time here, C-Mac.
He's got fresh legs and a fresh arm. How about that pass from Louis that time? Trent Roosevelt didn't have to move an inch to set that ball.
Well, you're going to have to figure out a way to apply some consistent pressure from the service line. Back row, Kondev, that was hitting lines right there.
Pretty much an open net that time once again. Moni Nikolov managing to set an incredible offense. Blocker, middle blocker goes up that time. That was
and that one going to be played there by Larson. And this time it's Kondev again. A thunderous serve there by Skylar Varga, who just seems to be hitting the ball harder and harder as this match wears on.
Yeah, he's hitting close to 70 miles an hour as well. He's got that cut serve as well. Area one.
Pulled the string there. Rosenthal sets up Kearney. Dug up over the net by Hrstanovic. Here's Finn again. With a little extra chili pepper water sprinkled on top.
Finn just continues to answer the call. He's got some good sets from Rosenthal. See if Hawaii can hit better than what they hit last set. Last set they hit 087. Not a good number.
Nikolov's going to go outside. And Kondev with some force. So he is now up to 12 kills. He's the top hitter for Long Beach State, and his percentage continues to creep up. Outside, Louis. Oh, they went quick that time. A little extra tempo on that set to the outside pin there by Rosenthal.
Yeah, Louis got a nice one-on-one situation outside. The Antis like that one.
Sakanoko, 5 kills on 12 swings. Tied at 5 here in a must-win fourth for Hawaii. Pass by Vargas on the money. Middle set, McCraven got blocked. Nikolov goes right side, Hrstanovic off the block. The punch up in the air there by Rosenthal. Diving bump set by Louis. And it's a free chance here for the Beach. McCraven sends it out.
A rare error from McCraven, who hits, what is it, 540 on the year, something like that? Or is it 450?
443 exactly coming in.
Yeah.
He's hitting 500 now after that hitting error in this match. And Sakanoko into the string. Early stage of set 4.
Between these two teams, they've served out 33 times. Make it 34. I would suspect that night number 2, legs and arms get a little weary, you know, going 4 sets, battling hard. Maybe the legs and arms aren't behaving the way that they want them to, and you end up with bad serves. That one was pretty good.
Nikolov going right side, Hrstanovic, the block slowed it down, just in time, trapped it down. And then Sakanoko blew it up.
Hawaii's not set the Bic in a while. So I think this caught Long Beach State a little bit off guard as Louis came flying out of the back row.
Supanoko. Yeah, that was Supanova. Eight serving 6. Well, you're looking loose for what it's worth on its side of the net at the moment.
Yeah.
And that one gets through that double block proposed by Neusterer and Rosenthal, and another kill for Kondev.
Block leaving too much room between the net and their arms. Just enough for a volleyball to fit through and drop to the floor for a Long Beach State point.
13 kills for Kondev. They go D-set to Kearney, dug up over the net by Larson. So Hawaii with the advantage. One hand middle set, Neusterer deposits it.
Kurt Neusterer, what a night he is having. 6 kills in 7 tries. Hitting O'Meara, 857.
In the financial world, they would refer to that as his stock going up. Great pass by Vargas. Gets it back on the swing and then just crushes it.
How good was that pass by Vargas? It was very difficult. The way he had to twist and turn and change his platform. Get it to direct it right to Moni Nikolov.
Okay. Now we're seeing some high-level volleyball. At this moment in set 4, these teams are doing some pretty crazy things. Adrian Roller able to tool the block. Hawaii has yet to commit a hitting error here so far in the 4th. They're hitting 800. Long Beach State on the other side hitting 455, and we are seeing guys go nuclear on some of these sets.
The offenses have cranked it up.
An overpass forced. Handled by Choi. Rosenthal, middle, Neusterer. Stay hot, kid. For Alan Knight. And it is Moni Nikolov to serve.
Watch how he spins the ball in this serve. Uses 2 hands to put a lot of spin on it. Makes it really tough to pass.
Unless you're Eleu Choi. And Kurt lays the smack down. Neusterer is on a bender tonight.
I think it helped that he won his chess match against Alex Parks in the pregame. He's in a good mood.
It should not be understated just how well Hawaii has handled Moni Nikolov's serve for the most part this weekend, not allowing a service ace for the guy who has 82 on the year, as Hrstanovic gets the kill, the side and the point for Long Beach State. But you talk about Nikolov, he had 8 aces in a match against Pepperdine back in January. He's had 3 matches where he's had at least 7 aces. None this weekend so far, as that one is blasted long by Varga.
Hawaii hasn't been able to handle Varga that well, but they've handled Nikolov fairly well. I think only a couple of overpasses last night.
13 serving 10, it's Finn. And that one is bashed by Ben Braun.
Once again, Kellen Larson with another stellar pass to Moni Nikolov.
So Georgi Bainev now subs in to serve, 6'4" sophomore from Varna, Bulgaria. Oh, and that was some heavy heat. So yeah, credit them for handling Moni, but it's some of the other guys for Long Beach State that have done damage. And right there, Bainev, that had some smoke tailing off of it.
It's the water. I'm telling you, it's the water in Bulgaria.
And that one creeps over and down. Back-to-back aces for Bainev, and the Beach drawing even here in set 4.
So Charlie Wade choosing to not call timeout. Gonna wait till the media 15-point mark.
5 aces to 22 service errors for Long Beach State. 1 ace to 14 errors on the Hawaii side. Tread Rosenthal having a convo with Troy Grabb at the R1.
Not sure what that was all about.
So an unnecessary delay warning was issued to Hawaii there. And maybe Hawaii will take it if it threw Bainev out of rhythm, because he sends that one wayward. Also looked like he may have committed a foot foul there.
Yeah.
But now Hawaii up by a digit here. Louis Sakonoko to serve, 14 serving 13. Overpass. Roar kept alive there by Larson. And the Long Beach State Beach trying to prolong the sequence, but they're going to call a 4 contact against the Beach. And so Hawaii gets point number 15. And one that is fresh off the shelf. Out of the timeout. Nikolov goes backside. Hrstanovic eats up that Adrian Rohr block attempt. And Eleu Choi is slow to get up. And he may have caught that one in a not so sensational spot.
Who's close to the net right now is Kellen Larson, the libero for Long Beach State, who knows how it feels to get a shot down the line with no blocker up. The liberos are courageous guys, I'm telling you.
They were trying to shake it off. And Connor Bloom in the serve. They lay right back with it with the dime pass. Here's Kearney. Oh, but he tried to go line and missed it. But a net violation called against the Beach. And Hawaii gets the point anyway.
Hawaii substitution Kai Taylor into serve for Justin John.
Yeah, he's definitely the left side blocker there. I think it was Kondev.
I mean, that little sliver of a moment there, pretty heroic by Eleu Choi.
Absolutely.
All things considered.
Yes.
Ty Taylor to serve. Oh, it's a good one. What a pass there by Varga. Outside, tight to the pin there. Kondev wrestling with Neuster, who rolls over. It's tipped over the net, and Rosenthal was out of whack there trying to take a crack at it, and it looked like Neuster may have rolled his ankle.
I think you're right.
And this has happened far too frequently for Hawaii fans' taste. Already with Christian Tatrisky out with the rolled ankle. And now Kurt Neuster trying to test it out here with trainer Reiki Miyazato.
Let's see if we can see Kurt's right foot there if it goes down on his outside blocker's foot. Yes, he fell into Fred Rosenthal.
And he's going to try to continue here. Looking a little wobbly. Kondev on the serve. Rosenthal goes D-set. Kearney is blocked. It's pinballed around, and Kearney able to get it across. Back row, Kondev. Dug up by Sakamoko. Little joust above the net. Pancake save by Larson. The save by Nikolov, and he is roofed.
What a rally. Great pancake save that time from Larson to keep the rally alive, and then Hawaii finally getting a block on Moni Nikolov.
Hawaii showing some guts throughout that sequence. And in this fourth set, up by 2. Trying to force a fifth. Pass tight to the net. Nikolov goes over on 2. Joust above the tape. And it's going to be a Hawaii point. They're going to call a lift against Long Beach State.
No argument from Al Knight there. He's going to call timeout instead.
The volume knob. TV. Representing Eva Beach. Back to live action. And back to work goes Trey Rosenthal. Dealing the ace out of the deck. And Hawaii is up 4 in the fourth.
Only Hawaii's second ace of the night. Unusual. Long Beach State, on the other hand, has 5 aces.
Pass by Kondev. Nikolov going D-set. Hrstanovic. That one rattles off the tape. Was not touched by the Hawaii block, and it lands out of bounds. Hawaii has its largest lead of the fourth set. They have scored 4 in a row.
Big test now is, can Hawaii get to 25 first? Last night they had a 20-18 lead in the fourth set and could not close.
That pulls Nikolov off the net. Varga, 3 blockers waiting for him. It's popped up there by Rosenthal. Choi, cross-court bump set. Kearney loops it over. Easy pickings on the save. Outside, Varga blocked, but it lands out. Point for Long Beach. Kurt Neuster thought he had one.
Surprised that Kearney didn't take a bigger swing at that last ball from Leo Choi, but it was a tough one coming from a long ways away.
And it's going to be Dane Hillis inserted into the match once again to serve. Pass by Rohr is a good one. Back row, and Sakanoko is roofed. Ben Braun in the thick of things, and Long Beach State within 3.
A block, well-formed 2 blockers up. Nikolov, the big help there.
11, make that 12 blocks now for Long Beach State. But no block that time as Adrian Rohr goes off the hands.
Nikolov in the front row now. They got to be wary of his presence as an offensive attacker. As we see Adrian Rohr get a big kill there. Picking up kill number 9.
Good serve by Rohr. And it'll be a free ball over the net. As it momentarily stands, 22-17 Hawaii, but Alan Knight is going to issue a challenge.
Claiming that the ball went off Kearney's head as it went out of bounds. Kurt Nooster continues to have the offensive match of his life against the number 1 or 2 blocking team in the country.
Oh, the serve by Rohr into the string, but a good run there behind the line for Adrian Rohr. Kurt Nooster, meanwhile, tying his season and career high with 9 kills. Pulled that off against Harvard back in early January. Here's Nikolov to serve. Sends it out, and they'll stand up again. Hawaii is a point away from forcing a 5th.
Nooster gets a big hug from Milan Sarkovic.
And it is Kainoa Wade into serve. Nikolov going to shoot it to the middle. What a set there to Ben Braun. There aren't too many guys that would have the skill, let alone the audacity to do what Moni Nikolov just did.
And he's setting it to a guy who's 6'11". Moni, I think, is around closer to 6'10", at least. So he just fires it on a line. Tough to block.
Still aloha ball for Hawaii in the 4th. Rosenthal goes against the grain. Kearney! His 16th put down. And on senior night, in front of a sold-out crowd, the number 1 beat all the other stuff out the window. And it's first to 15.
And guess what? These two teams can meet again here in 2 weeks.
So Hawaii going with the same lineup they went with to start set 4. Adrian Rohr remains out there. Kurt Nooster, who rolled his ankle in that last set, playing through it.
It must have been a very minor sprain because he didn't even get retaped or anything by the trainer.
And so it will be Long Beach State, which will have honors here from the service line. And it's Moni Nikolov. Into the net.
And the crowd acts as if they won the point.
Well, they may have had something to do with it, who knows? 1 serving 0, it's Tread. Nikolov pulled off the net, goes high and away. Kirstanovic blocked and roofed! The Manoa Roofing Company strikes again. And it's Kurt Nooster playing on that bum ankle in the thick of things.
Hawaii now up to, they have 8 blocks now.
Nikolov has to traverse a long way there, and we're going to have a net violation committed by Hawaii. It was Nooster who got caught up in the string.
Oh, they would have had a free ball, Kanoa.
The kind of self-inflicted miscues that don't get you very far against the Long Beach State squad. Varga on the serve. Rosenthal sets up Rohr. Dug up by Nikolov, so Varga has to take on the set. Goes cross court, and Condev mashes it off of the Hawaii block, and we're tied at 2.
Hawaii's got to be careful about Condev. When he gets hot, it is red hot.
Varga, who has 3 aces here tonight. Handled by Choi. Here's Rohr. Dug up by Larson, so Nikolov outside, a little tight to the pin there. And it's going to be a net violation against Condell. One of the rare location errors we've seen here from Nikolov this weekend. He just pushed it too far to the antenna.
Yeah, it was a very difficult ball to handle.
And now Adrian Rohr will serve. And it's a good one. Varga going cross court. Kondev, 3 blockers up. And he sends it out.
It all comes down to the serve forcing bad passes, which forces a set that's predictable.
Skips off the tape. Nikolov outside. Kondev through the block and out.
He is so good, you can't keep him down for too long. He might make one mistake, but he's really going to make 2 in a row.
And again, boos raining down on McCraven. Here's Saka, no goal! Up the ladder and down the chute it goes!
What a set from Rosenthal as well. And Louis takes advantage. They took his cross court away, thinking he likes to go 4-4. Instead, he goes right down the line to area 1.
5 serving 3 here in the 5th. That one just creeps over the net. Hrstanovic going to two-hand it over. Advantage Hawaii. Rosenthal to Kearney. Dug up by Larson. Cross-court set. Kondev.
Wow. What a block. What a rally. What a point. Off-speed shots and tip shots are so good. I bet he's about 90% on all those shots. What a show he's put on that way.
Just a sophomore from Toronto, Canada, but he will give way here to Georgi Bainev, who we saw last time he came in as a service sub, delivered back-to-back aces. Played previously at Long Beach City College, 4 serving 6. Choi handles it. Rosenthal goes back row, and Rohr has it sent back.
Now, one Long Beach State blocker was fooled by that attack.
Yeah, they were loaded
Ball State, yeah, they were loaded. They knew it was going into the back row quick. And poor Rohr had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that was Ben Braun getting the big chunk of that one. Backside, here's Kearney. And he is lava hot. Ties his season, thus career high, which he reached last night. 17 kills for the 2nd straight evening for Finn Kearney, hitting .387.
Big numbers.
And now to serve. It's a good serve. Nice chase down there on the 2nd touch. Kondev. Hawaii with the advantage. Rosenthal outside. Louis trying to go line and misses wide. And Long Beach State gets the point when Hawaii had the scales tilted in its direction.
Wow, that really surprises me that Louis didn't try to either tool the block or hit it deep court.
How about Choi falling to the ground on the serve, and then some miscommunication there for Hawaii. Advantage Beach. Varga dug up by Choi, but only momentarily. Net violation called against Hawaii anyway, and we are tied at 7.
The 6-3 lead has disappeared.
Oh, it went away fast.
The Beach playing some good volleyball right now. Much cleaner volleyball.
Outserved though by Kondev. Hawaii gets to number 8 on the scoreboard, and the teams will swap ends here in set 5.
And no media timeout. They'll start playing right away.
Are you not entertained?
can't tell you how many people on the mainland right now, where it's 1 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast, and there are a lot of people watching. So kudos to you folks out there, you volleyball nuts. I'm just glad you're being entertained with some pretty good volleyball.
Well, Hawaii flatlining it here in the 5th. Long Beach State hitting 111. You're getting the feeling it's almost like two endurance runners just struggling to try to crawl across the finish line here at the end of a long race. Sakonoko loops it over. Nikolov surveys the floor, now goes backside. Herstanovic tried to cut it cross court and misses wide.
6'9" Todd, 6'11" Rosenthal. Here's a guy who had 2 aces last night. Got to watch, really respect his serve.
Yeah, the lefty serve of Ryan Peluso with a good pass by Rohr. Descent Kearney through the block, dug up by Peluso, and it's Trevor Rosenthal providing the punctuation mark.
And here comes Neustrer back into the front row.
And Kainoa Wade back behind the service line.
And Moni Nikolov front row for the Beach.
Good serve there, but a great pass by Varga. Back row! Neustrer says,
Kurt Neustrer is having...
Has been unbelievable tonight. Out of the timeout. Outside, it's Varga. Dug up by Wade. Played off the net, but only momentarily by Neustrer as Louis Sakonoko goes diving into the signage across the way. And Long Beach State gets the point out of the timeout. So Nikolov rotates back behind the service line, and he will serve 9 serving 11 in set 5.
Hawaii passing with 4 players. Aleo Choi passing the most court.
And Choi able to knock it straight up. High and away, it's Rohr. 3 blockers against him, and he is eclipsed. But he's able to save it. McCraven go with the free swing, and he gets it down. I think they're going to call a double contact against Hawaii anyway. It was kind of a funky touch in the middle of that sequence.
Oh, calling for the double contact happened before the net violation. Hawaii was going to challenge if there wasn't a double contact. They were going to ask for a net violation.
I think the problem was the official is calling the double contact, but didn't blow the whistle at the moment of the double contact.
Oh, you're right.
And so we're going to have a challenge of some sort here, but we're going to have to sort out exactly what the call was. It appears at matches, that was men's basketball. Remember, that was around the time of Anthony Carter and Alika Smith.
Yep.
And so they were getting a bunch of sellouts. You had men's volleyball at that time with Yuval Kotz and company selling out the arena. So it was great to see this accomplishment here this weekend for Hawaii.
The ruling that the double contact occurred before the net violation.
So I believe that is the correct judgment.
Yes, it was.
And so here we have Moni Nikolov again to serve. The lead is 1 for Hawaii. Into the net.
Nikolov with 5 service errors out of their 25.
12 serving, 10. Rosenthal to serve. Into the string. And the guy who has been the most difficult server to deal with tonight for Hawaii. Now back there for the Beach. Skylar Varga. Pass by Rohr, that drifts over the net, and it is hammered down by Kondev, and we are tied at 12.
Skylar Varga has caused Hawaii's passers so much trouble.
Oh, Hawaii was sitting in a prime position, up 12-10 with the serve. Rosenthal.
Blockers will work a little bit, but they are really good.
Maximum drama here in Manoa. 12 serving 12 in the fifth. Rosenthal going to go high and away to Kearney. Dug up by Larson. Chased out of the official scorers table by Nikolov. And a free chance here for Hawaii. Backside roar. Dug up by Nikolov. Was that a foot save? And we play on. Hawaii again with the advantage. It's Neusterer off the block. Hand out.
Oh, man. And not out by much.
And a new career high in kills for Kurt Neusterer. He has 10 on senior night. 13 serving 12 in the fifth. Adrian Rohr sends it long.
Well, I have been serving so much better tonight than last night, up until the last 2 or 3 points.
Oh, this is maximum drama, maximum anxiety here for this sold-out crowd. Hillis on the serve. Backside, here's Kearney blocked. The cover there by Rohr. Again, it's Kearney. Dug up there by Nikolov, so the set goes high and away. Kondev skips it off the block, punched up in the air by Rohr. Here's Louis. Sends it deep and in. We're going to have a challenge here on that in-out call. But do they have a challenge? They had one left. Fred Rosenthal was arguing that Long Beach State didn't have a challenge, but they do have one left. And so they will challenge the in-out call there. That was an unorthodox approach there by Sakonoko. Tried to just touch it deep. Line judge R1 called it in. What do you think?
Ooh, that looks very close. Might have caught the back half of the white line. It's hard to tell on that look right there.
Right there, blurry ball, blurry line. What you got?
Yeah. Like I said, we need someone with the astigmatism to make this call.
It is amazing how popular we get here at our broadcast table when we have these for the Rainbow Warriors.
10,000 people stand as one.
And it's going to be Kai Taylor to serve for Hawaii. Gets it in. Pass by Vargas on the money. Varga from the back row. The net slowed it down. Rohr high balls it to Sakonoko. And he finds the floor. And Hawaii wins it